You've come to the right place if you want suffering, and if you haven't come for suffering, what are you really even doing here? This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater 9001. I'm Sneaky Devil, and today only Max Horse showed up because apparently he's the only person that cares anymore.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Sean says he's still traumatized from last Tuesday.
What? How is he still traumatized? Get over yourself.
I don't even remember last Tuesday. Maybe that's the alcohol talking though.
No, I don't remember it either.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember last Friday. I think I just, like, immediately repressed these streams.
These memories are just completely repressed at this point.
Like, unless someone says something specific about that happened on stream, I think I just kind of repress them now.
I repress everything about it.
Oh, hey, Adam's here!
Oh, he does care!
Damn it.
I'm a minute late! My computer booted slowly.
Unacceptable. Properties, changing this to... What's a good one to change the sin count to?
I don't... I don't know. Not dead yet?
There we go.
I don't fucking know.
Nailed it.
Sin count people. Oh.
I mean, he's not wrong.
God, I'm not gonna lie, that has become even more annoying when you hear context. It's like, the context makes so much sense, but it's still so stupid.
Yeah. Like, does it technically make sense?
His other best quote is, even when you're right, that doesn't mean you're correct.
I feel like all they had to do was swap the words and make it even when you're correct, that doesn't make you right. That's a far... I think I get what that's supposed to mean, but holy shit, the words in that specific order completely fuck up his point.
Well, the way, because again, you gotta keep in mind this was the English sub translation. What he was trying to say in that specific occasion was Rin was saying how she should just kill him right now, and because they're both masters in the war, and he's like, yeah, you're right, but that doesn't mean you're correct about that. It's when you're correct, it doesn't mean you're right. Okay, yeah.
That's literally what I just said.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer the less confusing Big Lebowski version. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying you're an asshole.
That's fair. Beneath a hunter's cape. As always, do not contact any of the fanfiction authors here. After a fateful incident that have put him below the gaze of two gods, one boy have been gifted with power to stand among heroes and villains alike. And now, John Ark would learn that his dream of secret identities and colored spandex costumes is not as bright as what he thought it would be. But still, he would not falter. After all, he always wanted to be a real hero.
Alright, first off, I just want to say, anyone who's ever played D&D knows the attention of one deity is bad. The attention of two deities, you might as well just roll new characters. That's not going anywhere positive.
Speaking of which, current D&D campaign, this is relevant to your point right now. He's been contracted by the Fae to kill the D&D equivalent of the Abrahamic God.
And why on earth did you go along with that?
Because they said we'll turn you into a Grim Reaper if you succeed.
Never change.
What Fae are you working for?
The winter and summer courts.
Oh, both courts.
Yeah.
Oh, your character is so dead.
Look, the Abrahamic God kind of pissed a lot of people off in our campaign. And
no, I'm just saying, you're so dead.
Also, he's got Space Marines, so this is gonna be fun.
Sneaky, you didn't just accidentally get caught up in elf bullshit. You willingly strolled into elf bullshit.
Yes.
That is always my favorite part about D&D, though, is like you get to see the elf bullshit happening, and unlike the characters who just go along with it, you can be like, you know what? No, we're done. I'm not doing this. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Take your plans and shove them up your ass.
John Arcus is select for you to join Harry and Naruto as the Ultra Harem God.
Oh,
I mean, I guess. An AU of a universe crossed with another AU universe. This is a train wreck waiting to happen, but I really want to do this. Okay, so this is actually one of the reasons why I did queue this up, besides the absolute awful shit heap that is the summary, is I wanted to talk about the whole AU crossover idea and my personal opinion on it. So, nothing turns me off more reading fanfiction when I see the author go, okay guys, or the author doesn't even say it, they just do it. Where it turns out that the crossover is going to be an AU crossover into an AU crossover. Like, I've seen a couple stories that were like worm crosses, where it's like, oh yeah, also the merchants actually have 10 more capes, and Skidmark doesn't lead them. It's some naked guy with rabies that leads them. And there's actually 12 more Endbringers, but they're not really Endbringers, they're like Endbringer lights, and they take after the Zodiac animals. It's just like, you realize this would change literally the entire story of Worm if that was true?
It's like, look, your story might be interesting, but this is no longer Worm.
Yeah, this is not what I came here to read. I came here to read Worm with some flash and some bang. This is not Worm.
When I sign up to read a story about Darth Revan, I expect to get Darth Revan, not whatever self-insert OC you have that's like half droid, half Rancor.
Well, I mean, not only that, like, it's always dumb shit that is just like, what if this was the universe, which crossed into this idea of the other universe, and it's like, well, at that point, you might as well just be writing your own original fiction. If you're going to be changing both sources you're drawing from, like, it's one thing to be like Fallout Mass Effect cross. It's an AU Fallout where they unified post-apocalypse, like post-Fallout 3, the Brotherhood of Steel spread, and took over all of North America. And then they became spacefaring and they met the Mass Effect universe. That would be like, okay, yeah, I'll tolerate that sort of AU of Fallout, because it's like, you have to...
it's reasonable.
You have to. Yeah. And if you're reading fanfics and not expecting an OC, then you're in the wrong place. Well, I mean, that depends.
No, here's the thing. I don't mind OCs. What I mind is when you meet Puppet, an actually good character. Not even an actually good character. Just when you meet Puppet, a character. I don't care if it's a good character or a bad character. If you're going to put in an OC, just put in your OC. Don't mutilate some other character.
Yeah, that was the other thing. I have seen a couple of these stories pop up recently where it's like AU OOC crossover into AU. It's like, so everyone doesn't act like they normally do from this universe, crossing over with completely different background stories, crossing over into another universe with also completely different stories. So I basically have to relearn the entire setting. Then you're probably going to drop the story within 20k words too. So it's just not worth it to me personally. Like, this is my big gumption with it, is when you make too many changes with your fanfiction right off the bat, I just find it too much effort to read your story. Is that like making sense to anyone else? Am I just shitting into the wind here?
No, I'm not saying anything because I feel I already made my point. Like,
yeah. Have you ever read Third Fangs yet again with a little extra help? I'm pretty sure I did, and I'm pretty sure I hated it. Anyway, so let's get into the story, so we can actually complain about actual things in the story itself. A gunshot rang out from a store away, sending another wave of panicking people to run blindly into all possible directions. Into all possible directions? Okay. I am surprised nobody has run towards the area where the shots are fired. Okay. Because Remnant won't be what it is if it doesn't have crazies.
What?
Because Remnant won't be what it is if it doesn't have the crazies and fame seekers hoping to take some videos or pictures to upload on the Huntsman online forums. No. No, is this what I think it is?
Semblances are the new shards.
Oh my god, this is literally Ruby, but what if it was written like Worm?
Well,
John
Ruby
is
would
dead.
be dead.
John and Ruby are dead.
Dang it! No, come to think of it, pretty much all the main characters are just dead.
Yup.
I think the only one who wouldn't be dead would be Ren. Maybe
either
Nora.
semblances are shards, or John is like hyperdumb and somehow triggered without triggers even being a thing here. Because it is a curiosity hypothesis. I just keep scrolling, so he wakes up in the hospital, Ozpin's here, Mr. Ark, you've now healed completely from your injuries. Like an evil cartoon villain. I believe that a talk about you is in order. Fuck. I can't do anything but smile and curse my luck. So, I didn't bother reading this out loud to you guys, so I'm going to summarize this first chapter for you. So we got John doing some self-reflection as the author describes a crime in progress, and John's chasing after them, and it's the White Fang, and they're robbing this place. And let's see, blah 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 blah. John's like, oh my god, I've been spotted, I'm taking cover, and then I called the cops. Blah 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 blah, and then blah blah blah. Oh yeah, he got shot, and then he passes out. And then he sees the two giant entities doing space sex. And then Ozpin shows up and he starts cursing.
Wait, Ozpin's cursing or John's?
No, John's cursing in his mind. But Ozpin's like, we should talk. And he's like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Look, the only reason anyone should ever be afraid of Ozpin is if they're reading our story.
Hello, Moth has arrived. What did I have the fortune to miss? A Ruby Worm Cross, one that I've read before, which always means good things. Yeah, pretty much. So this is it. I'm probably going to be super slow at updating this. Okay, this is another point. The more complicated you make your story, the quicker you have to update it. I know that sounds a bit self-defeating, because a complicated story needs a lot of time to write properly, which is why they're usually published books! And you would think that you should take all that time to write each chapter properly, but that's where you're wrong. Because there's a lot of people like me out there, maybe not specifically like me, but me as in the amount of stories that you're currently following. Especially if you like a certain section.
Well, not only that, but look, let's take something like, and this is no disrespect to the fairly well-written story White.
Yes. Oh, White.
White just recently updated. I think it was a week back, maybe?
Yep.
And White is a very well-written story. I enjoy it, but it hadn't been updated in literal months. I had to go back and flip through the last 2 chapters because I was like, I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
Story-wise.
Basically, yeah. Because the simpler your story is, the easier it is for people to be like, okay, that's what's going on. The more you change...
Even masked up is, relatively speaking, easier to keep up with in between massive breaks.
Well, actually, because masked up is super easy to keep up with because it has none of the main cast in it, so you don't have to remember anything about the main cast. It is literally its own story.
Yeah, and that just happens to be in the Mass Effect.
So it just goes in its own box for me. Like, it just gets completely separated from Mass Effect.
Masked Up 1 wasn't the case.
Yeah, but Masked Up 1 did update pretty fast.
It did, I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, White the Naruto, Bleach, or Frozen fanfic. White the Bleach fanfic, where Ichigo is actually Space God #1. And everyone's like, oh my god, I want to suck your dick, Ichigo, but I'm too shy to say it. I realize that barely narrows it down, but the well-written one. But yeah, anyway, back to the main point of when you write AUs of crossovers, it's a lot of details that people have to keep track of. So you have to keep some... I'm not saying every day, but like every week with a 5K to 10K chapter would probably be optimal for complicated stories. Because you do want the audience to remember why they're invested in the story. Because there's actually a lot of stories that are currently just sitting idle in my email. Either because they update so slow, or because they're complicated enough that I don't remember what was going on in them. And because of their update speed, I'm just like at this point, like, I just have to wait for the story to finish. You know, because I can't keep just trying to figure out what's going on each time it updates once in a blue moon. Which is actually funny. Funny saying, once in a blue moon is actually far more common than you think. It's just twice a month. Usually. 1 to 2 times a month.
Speaking of never updating Max, we need to update our story.
Speaking of never updating Max, we need to update our story.
Fuck both of you.
No, hold on a minute. Me and Max are way better than you and Max.
I don't know. Max and I outputted like 80k words in the span of like 3 months.
Yes, but they've currently been how many years? Literal years?
Now, hang on, Atin. In Sneaky's defense, we were dumb enough to think Sneaky could handle an entire chapter on his own.
Max was dumb enough. I told Max this was a bad idea.
Answer the question.
4. I told Max this was a bad idea, and he's like, no, you can do it.
No, what happened was, do you want to try splitting up? Yeah, sure, we can try that. I'll just have a really short chapter. Oops! 10,000 words later, after multiple consultations with Max.
Oops! I just lots of Lord. Oops!
Yeah, like...
Oh, speaking of Lord, did you guys see the redone Prepare to Cry?
Oh god, it was so good.
So nice. It was just so pretty.
Anyway, so the rest of this author's note. I have a job now, so I'm probably not going to be writing too much. I have most of the concepts done. Okay, so this comes down to the part where I talk about how fanfiction is kind of really important into learning how to write in general, don't publicly publish a story if you don't have any idea what you're going to do with it. Unless, of course, it's a crack story where you're just like, I'm just gonna write silly shit every week. At that point,
like us.
That's kind of actually your plan. So that kind of nullifies my point of don't have a plan.
If the plan is shitposting, then go ahead and shitpost.
Yeah. But if it's like, oh, guys, this is an AU universe crossing over with an AU universe with AU counterparts to out-of-character characters. Now, I've only got, most of the concepts and foundation of this story done. But I've already posted the first chapter. Alright, guys, I know this car is only 70% completed. But I'm pretty sure you can drive it without a steering wheel.
There aren't any seat belts, the brakes kind of work, but you can still drive it.
There might be no steering wheel or front wheels yet, but you could probably go forward still. Stop being a Sal fan. Anyway, so yeah, points made. This was just a bad story. This is not how you want to start a story. This is the reason. Now, some people might say, "Well, why is this important? It's just fan fiction." You're building bad habits for yourself.
Well, not only are you building bad habits, good luck.
Well, I mean, yeah, that too. But you're building like why is this important? Outside of fan fiction, you're still building bad habits for yourself. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you start doing it before you have an even, fully realized concept of what exactly you're doing, past step 1, which is start writing, you're gonna find yourself in a lot of shit in your life. You're gonna find yourself with your house full of unfinished projects because you were just like, oh yeah, I'll get to this. Where am I gonna put it? Oh, I'll move this stuff at some point. And then there it sits for the rest of your life because you never got back to it because you never planned for when and how you were going to do it. Build good habits, kids. Don't drink, don't smoke.
He says, drinking himself to oblivion.
They're supposed to aspire to be better than me.
Is this the sad tale of All-Father Sneaky?
Indeed. It is indeed the sad tale of All-Father Sneaky. So sit down, kid, and let me tell you a story. This is a story of, this one. Magical Girl Lyrical Nahoa. High School D times D, Carlos.
Okay, no, hang on. Are any of us at all versed in Nanoha?
Yep.
I keep saying I should read it or watch it at some point.
Then why are we looking at this?
That's a good point. We'll save this for later after I figure out what the hell it really is. Let's go with
okay, Isley, if you have a working mic, we'll bring the archivist in and you can explain why
yes!
This is bad
Let's get that archivist in.
Oh yeah,
when you're
archivist,
actually on stream, you get an extra 25 cents.
You can't make those promises. You're not in control of finances.
No, an extra 25 cents. Period.
You're not in control of finances.
Basically, she has to pick her guest stream very carefully.
Yeah.
I'll just take it out of your paycheck.
Wait, Atin's paycheck or Isley's paycheck?
Atin's.
Okay, just making sure.
Yes, I'm gonna take 25 cents.
I'm willing to subcontract Isley. I'm willing to do that.
I'm gonna take 25 cents out of Isley's contract to pay Isley 25 cents.
Wait, doesn't that mean Isley only ends up with 20 cents then?
Actually, that ends up with Isley owing us 20 cents.
No, if we take 25 cents away from Isley to pay Isley 25 cents, Isley only gets 20 cents. So it's still a net profit, technically. But Isley just paid for the fucking transaction fee, essentially.
Actually, Isley would own 17 cents to PayPal.
Oh, hang on, we can't pay Isley 25 cents unless, like, we actually get confirmation from Atin's... Oh, okay. Oh, that works, I guess.
Wait, hold on. What's going on now? Why is my confirmation needed?
No confirmation needed for you. It's okay.
I'm so confused. The point is, Isley, get in here.
Oh, is this? Oh, this is worth my tension. Oh, we'll cover this next. Don't worry.
Isley claims to be Grill. I'm still convinced Isley's just like a computer stuck on an island.
Wait, you think one of the only sentient AIs in the world regularly shows up to our stream?
I mean, why not? It takes like a nanosecond in AI time to watch our entire stream, so.
But she sees them live.
Yeah?
Yeah, so it's like even more torture. So it's like double torture.
You don't know. Maybe she's got like every other possible Twitch stream and YouTube stream going at the same time. You don't know. You don't know what AIs are capable of.
I don't.
No, I don't. But if she's stuck on an island, I'm willing to bet her internet is not like gigabit speed.
You don't know what the islands have.
Isley is basically Dragon, but more socially reclusive. Oh yeah, Isley, your Shota little brother showed up on stream this Sunday, and then he left without even saying goodbye.
Oh.
Anyway.
That hurt your feelings.
So, Isley, are you getting into chat or not?
Isley still does not have a working mic, apparently.
Isley, get a damn mic.
Isley, they let me on the show, and my mic is garbage.
Yeah, we regret it every single time he opens his mouth, but I mean...
To the point of I have bought Atin 2 mics, and we still can't figure out why they keep breaking
his fucking
his
computer.
laptop. No, that's the thing though, Sneaky. Like each time I send him a new one for a short time, his voice is perfect.
Yeah, it's his computer.
And then it breaks.
That or his older brother is jacking off into his headset.
And with that wonderful image, I'm going to have to buy a new headset.
In the devil's world. Yeah, he was in another world.
Isley, do you have a working cell phone? Because you can join the Discord chat that way.
No tension. You don't get out of this that easy.
Wait, what? Forget the author's note. It's irrelevant. Most author's notes are irrelevant, sir.
Yeah, he was in another world, but when had he ever let a small thing like that stop him from enjoying life? This is a very out-of-character Naruto already. Naruto's mere presence has shifted the flow of vagina. In the eye of the storm.
I don't think that's quite what you meant to say, Sneaky.
No, it's definitely what I meant to say.
No, that's what Sneaky meant to say.
No,
that's not
it definitely says that right here. No, it definitely says that.
No,
Right, Tension?
that says events.
No, right, Tension?
That's cutting.
See, I'm right.
Tension, you get used to it.
Yeah, Tension agrees with me. Naruto, blah blah blah. In the eye of the storm, he will thrust forward with his might. Can he ensure peace, or will he bring about chaos? He knows this, though. It will have a happy ending. That he will make come true. Titabao. Harem, obviously.
Every time we get to the Japanese version of the catchphrase, you hurt my soul. Like, I thought believe it was bad, but I knew nothing.
So I just want to point out that this story has 600 favorites.
It's Naruto.
Yeah, I know.
High School DxD. What did you expect?
Well, Naruto's definitely going to be thrusting a lot with his might into the flow of events.
What the? Oh, god damn it. I didn't even notice that Tenshin sent it as a fucking mobile link.
Yeah, because he's a babe.
Connection is not secure. Are you fucking shitting? Are you kidding me right now, Firefox?
What did Firefox do to you, Max?
There we go. Get over
Just to
yourself,
get this out of the
Firefox.
way, it's obvious who drew the cover art of this story. If it's not, I'll tell you. I drew it. Yup, I can draw. Support Tenshinita on DeviantArt, Desu. I would appreciate it very much.
That's not how you're supposed to pronounce that username.
I think he's fully aware of that, Max.
Actually, I will give it to you, Tenshin. That's actually pretty good.
Better than anything I can do.
Better than some of the stuff we've seen on the show.
Now I demand you draw fan art of this now.
God, no.
Have you not learned your lesson?
Dude, I love it when I see people's idea of what we look like.
Of course you do.
I'll be honest,
It wasn't
I don't
enough
like a
that
majority.
I get fucking Chicago gun beams in the chat. No. Now we need terrible fan art.
No, we need more terrible fan art. By terrible, I mean excellent. I don't like the majority of Naruto High School D times D crossovers. It's like Sturgeon's Law for me. 90% of the fics I read basically boil down to these three kind words. It fucking sucks. I don't blame you if you leave after reading that.
This is how long the authors wait. Wait, how long is this? Sneaky, this is a 23,000 word chapter.
Yeah, we're not gonna read all of it, don't worry. Forgot I said that. Sturgeon's Law is applying to your own fic, Tension. If you're wondering about that 10%, then I'll tell you this. The endgame version R is not among them. I hate that story too, don't worry.
Just on name alone, I hate that story.
Back to the 10%! I don't like the other stories, but I'm generally neutral with them. They don't annoy me, but they sure as hell don't entertain me, honestly. I just find them okay, and other readers get a good kick out of it. The only writer that stuck out in this section is Hail Emperor Naruto. The high school maelstrom is his best fic, and quite frankly, my favorite fic ever. I love how you complain about Gary Stu and out-of-character Naruto fanfics as you write and post a Gary Stu out-of-character Naruto fanfic. Man, I hate all these Gary Stu out-of-character Naruto fanfics. Now everyone should read my Gary Stu out-of-character Naruto harem fanfic.
I mean, to be fair, Max and I complained about self-insert Ruby fanfictions and then proceeded to literally write one.
I mean, but yours is a shit post.
No, you and Sneaky complain about self-inserts. I'm indifferent either way. Until it's bad. Then I hate it.
What are your opinions about that fic now, Tension? I asked,
and this is when we find out Tension was proud of that.
Wait, what? I asked and gave myself permission to adopt Ninja in the Devil's World. Oh. Hail Emperor Naruto, I guess? I admit it took too much time due to my revision on several parts of the story, which kind of let Forgotten Kami to write his own. We worked it out eventually, and I decided to use this as my advantage and change the story and characters entirely. So what you're saying is, I originally was writing this as a remake of an abandoned story, but then I took so long to write it, he ended up actually continuing it, so now I'm just turning it into my own thing, which is what I should have done from the beginning. Internet dropped. Oh good, you've just been hearing me dump on tension this whole time. So that's the only thing you've missed.
Well, to be fair, we really weren't doing much else.
That's why this fanfic is different. I'm here to try to write about a Naruto with the best of my abilities. Give me good, critical reviews to improve myself, and give me flames to laugh at. Oh yeah, also Naruto joins Rias's peerage. Yup, that'll happen. Those who hate that can leave now. Let me just, give me good, critical feedback so I can improve. Also, if you don't like it, leave now. Let's see. I got a good one. It's real big. Yeah, it was right here. It was a real big one.
Oh boy.
Where's the big thunk when you need it? Here we go.
Interesting gift.
So, what are we doing, Max?
Oh, I'm making fun of tension right now.
Gotcha.
He said in his author's note, you should leave me good critical feedback so I can improve. And then the next sentence said, if you don't like it, you should leave. So I'm just making fun of him for that now.
I sense a contradiction.
You and half the room.
So we're only going to get a couple thousand, maybe 1,000 into this. Or maybe faster if I just go blah 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 through it. It really depends on
I
how
don't know. That's a lot to blah 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 through and still retain some semblance of plot.
Yeah, attention, you said that. Yeah. Men, match! The two kendo practitioners came to a stop when the referee called that. Stepping away from each other, they bowed to each other respectfully. The one who had scored the hit on the opponent's head to end the match reached up to remove the kendo helmet he was wearing. The men! The constrictive helmet being removed. The participant's head and facial features were revealed. I mean, honestly, I actually have to give Tension credit for an actual reason as to why we're suddenly describing the character's face. But it's still such a heavy-handed thing, I still have to shake my head.
Okay, but pretty much all of them are heavy-handed.
Yeah, but this is like purposeful.
I was gonna say the only way it isn't heavy-handed is when you do what me and Max did, which was just don't do it.
Well, no. There's other ways. Like you're like, oh, today's school picture day. I gotta get my hair just right.
Okay, but like I said, all of them are heavy-handed, Sneaky.
But that's not heavy-handed, though.
Really? Because they're still doing the classic looking in the mirror. I had to make sure that my hair was blah, 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 blah. All the stuff that they would be thinking to themselves to make sure they looked just right for school picture day, which ends up to amounting to a very, very tiny difference between them just looking in the mirror and giving the narration and them having a slightly decent reason to give the narration.
But that reason is important.
I'm not saying the reasoning doesn't make a difference. I'm saying that's still fairly heavy-handed. Like, they pretty much all end up being heavy-handed.
Anime logic, Sean. Well, yeah, but I'm just saying this is more heavy-handed than that because it's like purposely not describing anything, and then it's suddenly just like, and then the guy who won removed his helmet to reveal his facial features, which are the following.
Right.
So, because it's like, yes, that would be a reason why you'd be describing the facial features, but you literally just said, to reveal the facial features. Like, word for word. Revealing the head and facial features. Maybe if it was more like, revealing a smiling man who held his hand out, wishing the other one a good luck. Something like that. His blonde hair unusual in this area, catching stares from the girls who looked admiringly at him in the audience. You can fit it in there. I didn't know if I was Irish or not, eh?
He's not Irish, nor is he Scottish. Don't let the surprisingly decent accents fool you.
It's all about the consonants. Blah, 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 said the blonde, blue-haired eye, meeting her brown or something. One of the participants removed his helmet, freeing his bright, spiky blonde hair from the confines of the constrictive helmet or something like that. Yeah. Bright, spiky blonde hair was released. I'm not drunk enough for that now. Let me fix that. Partially concealed by the tenugui he was wearing as a head wrap to absorb his sweat. Cerulean blue eyes peered out from between his sweat-soaked bangs. Isley, you can put another one on the Hoyle Hitler marker.
Is that what it's officially called?
Yeah. The unique whisker marks stretched from the wide smile he was sporting. You really gave me a run, Kunjaku. I barely managed that last shot. The blonde claimed animatedly. I want to stab you for the adverb. His opponent removed their own men! I'm pretty sure you didn't mean to say men there.
No, Sneaky. Clearly, the custodians are there, and you just have to peel men off of you to reveal anything important.
You must reveal the men!
He literally just explained what the men was a couple paragraphs up.
Did he?
Yes! That's what the helmet is! Or at least that's what he's calling it.
Oh, is that what that was the explanation? Because that was just a really weird comma right there. Because I was just like, why is there a comma and the men? I think it'd make more sense if it was like colon, right?
It's just called men. MEN. Because Asia.
Okay, yeah.
Christ, why do these cost so much?
Maybe
now, Max?
These things cost a shit ton.
No,
Could you just buy a fencing mask?
Yeah, okay, yeah, actually, Nexus does bring up a good point. If it was supposed to be like an actual item, italicizing it probably would have been your better option, so you could distance it from the English variant of men. So it didn't sound like they were peeling people off their faces.
This isn't Borderlands. We're not peeling people off our face.
Yeah, I know, I'm just giving you that constructive feedback you wanted.
Yeah.
Now I gotta go watch ERB's Hitler vs. Vader. Honestly, it's not. I don't understand why it was so hyped. It was like decently good, but there's better ones.
What now?
ERB, Hitler vs. Vader.
Never heard of it.
Really? You never heard of Epic Rap Battles?
Rap Battles of History.
Oh, Epic Rap Battles. I don't think they're that good.
Like some of them were like, wow, that was solid.
Okay, there's been a couple where I was like, that was pretty good. And most of the time I'm like,
yeah, most of them are just like, okay, this is okay.
Every season has at least one really good one.
And then there's a couple where you're just like, why the fuck do they think this is a good idea?
What?
Lady Gaga versus Miley. It was Miley Cyrus versus Cleopatra. No, it was Lady Gaga versus Cleopatra and Miley Cyrus versus Joan of Arc.
Oh right.
I can't believe I even remembered them because nobody watched those.
Except for the people that upvoted that in the comments section, because all of those are fan submitted, and for some reason people are like, oh yeah, I guess it was a thing of if we just meme this to the top, they won't be able to do it. Oh god, they did it and it's bad.
Yeah. Okay, no, Michael Jordan versus Muhammad Ali was actually pretty funny. If you understand the references for some of those, they're really good. But some of them are just actually genuinely great, like Roosevelt versus Churchill. Oh, that was Luther King versus Gandhi. Oh, that was great too. Yeah, there was some real solid ones, and then there's the rest that barely anyone knows. Yeah, apparently they ended up ending it because one of the guys got his girlfriend pregnant, and he was just like, I want to spend time with my girlfriend and my new kid.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's pathetic. Wow, Sean.
Damn.
Fucking harsh, man.
I want to raise a family. Fuck you, that's pathetic.
Fuck you! Keep making epic rap battles.
I demand content.
Which, I mean, I kind of understand where Sean's coming from with that, because it's very rare when you get genuinely good content these days, because of the high saturation of it. And there is moments where I'm just like, I wish I could win the lottery so I could just sit here and throw money at some of these stories so I can see them to the end.
Well, not just money. Like, if I won the lottery, I would just throw a pile of money at something witty entertainment. I'd be like, quit your day jobs, just make parodies.
I'm buying you guys out. We're starting a company.
Yeah, I wouldn't even throw money at them. It's like, all right, you work for me now. This is my IP. I'll pay for your expenses. Go make shit.
You have one goal. Make me laugh. I don't give a shit about anyone.
Entertain me, peasants!
Yeah, pretty much.
Where there's a whip, there's a way.
No.
Why are you singing the theme song of the Egyptian Empire?
Because that was the Lord of the Rings song from the cartoon they made in, the 80s.
Oh, see, I try not to think about that.
It's actually a really good song.
Oh, no. I get, the songs are great. Their rendition of That's What Bilbo Baggins Hates is way better than the movies.
Oh yeah, I do like the surprise entrances of some of the people. It sort of lost its flavor when they started doing it a lot. But the Rasputin versus Stalin was a great. That was great because of it. Just like surprise more. The Egyptian theme song. Oh God, my sides. Hey, sometimes we have quotable moments here.
Though few and far between they be.
Yeah, I just forego the shot glass today. Um. Let's see. Blah 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 blah. Showing that she was a female, slightly older than the blonde. Would the men and women even spar, even in kendo?
I
I don't
actually
think,
don't
honestly,
officially know, but I don't think kendo clubs really give shit if you're a guy or girl in modern day Japan. It's also an anime trope to have badass woman able to stand up to the men.
Well, yeah.
I would say, as far as I know, most of their clubs are pretty, like, they don't really care. Like, I think the only time they care is if it's for, like, an official match where they still have to abide by gender regulations.
I mean, the best we got is a Yahoo.
That's the best we can do. Yahoo.
The best answer we got here is a woman won a women's kendo. That's not the question. Guys, that's not the answer they were looking for. I guess it was because it got voted best answer. But, like... Okay, yeah, techniques that overcome with speed and timing. Okay, yeah. Okay. That's a fair enough answer. There's also a female kendo team in D-Hunting. Yeah, like I said, because it's the thing though, it's not like a casual kendo team in D times D. Like, it's a official team that competes, and I don't think it's in, like, even in Japan, I don't think they let competitions of men versus women in terms of physical prowess. So I'd just like to remind you all that I forget which South American country it was. I think it was Brazil, might have been Peru, in which the women's Olympic team lost to a high school scrim match. Sorry, not high school, middle school. Middle school scrim match of guys. For soccer. Just, you know. Reminder that men have about 4 to 10 times more testosterone, which is the equivalent of taking steroids. Like, twice. So. And that was Peru, I think. Says the Brazilian. Definitely Peru. Yeah, you're clearly an unbiased source. I would know if that happened. Yeah, that's fair. Actually, you know what? Google can probably answer that question for us. Women's Oh no, it was the U.S. Even better. The Dallas under-15 boys squad beats U.S. women's national team in a scrimmage. Oh boy. Ah. Oh wow. Okay. So I was posting this on another server for the laughs, and apparently some rising Democrat just got arrested for 13 counts of embezzlement.
What? A politician was corrupt? Oh God, what a shame! No one could have seen something like that coming.
Yep. All right. Back to the story. All right. I would totally shit talk any Brazilian I met on the internet if that had happened. Congrats, US, you did it again. What a twist. Yeah, I know, guys. Give us a break.
We are so good at this. He quickly commented to her, I might have speed, but you definitely got the skill. I could never do half the stuff you managed. Well, you weren't exactly trained in kendo. You just dropped by. I certainly wouldn't want to be your opponent in a fist fight where you are trained. Look, I can't really talk because I'm not a mixed martial arts kind of guy. I'm kind of just a street brawler. But I'm fairly certain that knowing how to punch things real good doesn't exactly translate to knowing how to whap someone with a 3-foot-long stick. Technically false. There are martial arts where they will teach you defensive forms, and if you pay attention to how the
Well, I mean, there's some martial arts that are designed to be used with, like...
No, well, no, like, Sneaky, there are some martial arts where you can use the forms for a staff without the staff. It's still good for offense and defense. Some martial arts do translate well from a purely unarmed style to holding, say, a staff or a sword or a dagger.
Yeah, but, like, Naruto's also a street brawler. Like, the most fighting style he learned canonically is the Sage Mode Frog Kumite. Even then, he mostly just resorted to punching people in the face hard.
And the Academy Taijutsu, which was just punching people in the face.
He didn't learn that, though, did he?
Yes, he did.
You sure?
Pretty sure he did. It was
fairly certain he didn't. I'm fairly certain he got lied to, but we'll see.
No, I think he was taught the basic style. The reason it didn't look like he was taught a style was because everyone else had family taijutsu that was taught to them. He should know the Academy Taijutsu. It was one of the few things that he scored, like, average in, at least.
Hold on. I actually can go to this. This is part of my useful list of things.
You just have Naruto's grades on a list.
No, I have Fanon versus Canon Naruto. Here we go. And Sakura's parents. No, okay. That's it. Yeah. No, it looks like canonically Naruto did in fact not learn. The taijutsu, because it's a constant. It's a fanon. It's not. Well, I guess it's not a fanon trope. It's a trope in fan fiction for Naruto that Naruto never properly learned the Academy Taijutsu. So if it's not in the fanon section of the Naruto TV tropes, then I guess it's actually canon that he never learned the proper Academy Taijutsu.
That's not how that works.
Well, I don't have. You don't have any proof that he did, and I have mildly believable proof that he didn't. No, 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 no. There's Okay, no. 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 There's nothing in here about fanon. So, TV trope fanon sucks. Shit. Gonna have to prove my damn point. Yep.
Hey,
Yeah,
you know what's fun about, you know what's fun, Sneaky, about going to the wiki?
What?
I have access to databook stats.
Oh, good.
Hey!
Yeah. So he did learn taijutsu.
Okay.
And, he just wasn't good at it.
Oh, so you're just shit. Got it. Okay.
Up until Jiraiya finally took the time to train him for that 2-year time skip, he was really shitty at taijutsu.
Okay. But did he have an actual style?
Well, since taijutsu is literally just the act of... It's just like knowing the proper forms for punching and kicking, it would theoretically be a mixed martial art. Like, Lee knows taijutsu. Guy knows taijutsu.
Okay, well...
Neji knows taijutsu.
Mixed martial art is called mixed martial art because it's mixing
It is still training in a martial art of some kind. Taijutsu is an all-encompassing term referring to fighting techniques.
I am aware.
Naruto knew taijutsu.
Okay, well, knowing how to punch people isn't taijutsu. That's common sense. You put your thumb on the outside, and then you hit them with your fist by moving it forward.
And he still learned the fucking frog style.
Yes, he did. That's, however, using fake energy.
I think the issue here, Sneaky, is I'm not wrong in that he still knew a style at least.
We just don't have any evidence of where he got it.
But here's the thing, you're not right, because they don't take the time to say this is this style of taijutsu outside of, I
know, but my point being, and this is why I'm right in this instance, is that him knowing taijutsu doesn't necessarily mean he knows how to use a kendo sword to accurately fight someone who does tournaments regularly. That's my point, is we do not have any proof that he knows any sort of fighting style that can properly translate to wielding a longsword.
Not unless the author took the time to, name a fighting style.
Well, Tenshin says he's sourcing from Wing Chun.
Well, yeah, but that's known. That's one of those things where people break panels down and animation down to figure out what martial arts form they use.
Naruto used Sai's sword once. Okay. I mean, I guess. That was just my point. That's just a thing for me, and where people are like, "Oh yeah, Naruto this just translates because he's good at fighting." So that means he can use a Naginata bow. Why I say Naginata bow? Because I don't know.
What the fuck is a Naginata bow?
I don't know. It's a Naginata that turns into a bow or something.
Max, I'm pretty sure Gundam has one.
I honestly would not be surprised at this level.
Actually, that's in G Gundam, I think.
But yeah,
If it exists in Gundam, it's probably G Gundam.
Blah blah blah. Thank you for dropping by. Blah blah blah. I should be thanking you. You're welcome here anytime. You really push us. If we keep this training going, we're gonna be able to compete in the tournaments. We'll even stand a chance of making nationals at our current strength. Naruto shot Harry Graham before he walked over to a bench on the sidelines. I mean, I will give Tension this. For someone who's illegally in the U.S., he's got a better grasp of the English language than most people born in the U.S. legally.
I'm sorry, what's this about Tension being illegal?
Yeah, Tension's a anchor baby.
Huh.
But yeah, you got a better grasp of the English language than, unfortunately, most of the people that we've covered who were born in America.
Don't think about it.
Yes, you're an anchor baby.
What the fuck do you even mean? What the fuck do you mean by that, Sneaky?
Anchor baby is someone who is born to two non-U.S. citizen parents in the U.S. with a specific purpose of using the U.S. citizenship being born in the U.S. grants you to not be removed from the country.
Okay, that doesn't mean that he's here illegally.
Yeah, he's
parents
perfectly legal.
Yeah, but he's classified as a dreamer and can be deported.
That's not how that's supposed to work.
I know you can't see me, but I'm shrugging really hard right now.
I'm not gonna lie, I said that, and there was the moment of silence, and I just imagined you shrugging in your seat, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I don't know what to tell you.
But that's definitely not how that's supposed to work.
But anyway. I have a towel for you. He looked over to another girl in his harem. Oh, thank you for the towel. I appreciate it. Subame. More like Subay.
Subame? Can no longer be your friend. I am dissolving the
Really, Max, that's what's going to kill it for you.
It was the straw that broke the camel's back, Adam.
I mean, I can't blame you. There's a lot of straws on that back.
7 years worth of straw piling. Sneaky finally found the one somehow. It was one mispronunciation too many.
Now, he then closed, and he checked his phone for an email. He has emails, blah blah blah. Have fun with all your girl harems. I fully endorse you to have fun with them. Naruto stopped reading. He didn't feel like reading a paragraph of encouragement to have fun. That's just Jiraiya being Ero-Senin. Why is Jiraiya in the D times Z verse?
Wait, hang on. Tension, did you actually just transplant Naruto in the DxD verse as if he was always there, or? What?
No, because it says, yeah, he's in another world now, but when has that ever let him stop him? He's gonna thrust with his might into the flow of events.
You got some really
to get that
weird
happy
emphasis
ending
in there.
Look, if Sneaky wants to put an emphasis on thrusting, that's Sneaky's business.
It's just not normal.
He's gonna thrust very hard and repetitively into the flow. Multiple flows, in fact, actually. Naruto had been training with Jiraiya for almost 6 months when trouble happened. The Akatsuki tracked him down and ambushed him. And then they fought a bunch, and then blah blah blah, he'd been able to see everything, and blah blah blah. He tried to help Jiraiya, and he proved useless. And he would have been captured if not for Jiraiya. Driving the man back, Jiraiya bought enough time for Naruto to bring forth the Kyuubi chakra. Now facing off against Sage Mode Jiraiya and Kyuubi Naruto, the masked man attempted a space-time technique on them. Naruto would admit to this day he didn't quite get it, but Jiraiya had explained what happened. Apparently, the combination of Senjutsu and Biju Chakra... Oh, so that good old hand wave of... Oh, because of the conflicting energies, suddenly they're in another universe!
And then the fourth Ninja War happened. Completely disproving one of the dumbest fandom theories out there.
What's the dumbest fandom theory?
One of the... This is one of the dumbest. The conflicting natures opening a portal to other worlds.
Oh, right.
Yeah, because Naruto has his tailed sage mode.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Well, we don't pay attention to stuff. And then they're in a lake! And they would have drowned if it wasn't for the intervention of a god! Who suckered them into staying in said world. For reasons Naruto did not know. Then how did she sucker them into staying if he doesn't know the reason why they're staying? Seriously, that fight scene needed some dialogue to break up the wall of text. Honestly, I can just do wall of text mode right now. Jesus Christ, tension.
Sneaky, do we have the wall of text banner yet?
No, we don't. I keep forgetting to make it. Naruto doesn't know the reasons, but he was still duped into staying. I did feel it's a bit out of character for Naruto. Jiraiya just being like, yo man, we're staying here now. Why? I don't gotta tell you shit, son. But what about going back to the world I wanted to save and becoming Hokage? Screw your dreams, son. I'm gonna bang a goddess. Accurate conversation between Naruto and this Jiraiya. Because Naruto's a dumb blonde. Anyway, so wall of text stuff. I'm not really gonna bother reading this, honestly. So basically, reasons: pizza, ramen. They can't teleport because reasons. He's been here for 3 whole years now. They learned foreign languages. Jiraiya's publishing smut. They established themselves as mercenaries, which made them get hired by Azazel. Naruto didn't like Azazel. He made him go to school. That's why Naruto didn't like him. Okay. Blah 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 blah. Wall of text. After graduating Sakasara Academy, Naruto was immediately enrolled in Kuo Academy by Azazel.
Are you okay?
No, dude, read that.
What am I reading?
Learn how to spell return. That word right there.
No, I'm not gonna try. Okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna try, but that's the opposite of...
Yeah, Hijiri Gisaka.
Okay, Mr. Big Man on campus. Why don't you read the rest of this then?
You asked me to that. Fuck you. I did what you asked. You go fuck yourself.
You really should have learned better about saying Max pronounced this by now.
Oh, I know he's gonna pronounce it correctly. The first day of class was bizarre. Semicolon.
Are you okay?
No.
Did this semicolon attack you?
Yes. It killed my family.
Wait, why would that make you upset? I thought you hated their guts.
Because I wanted to kill them.
Right? Yes, of course. Silly me.
The blonde found himself living a life he never thought would be his. He was popular. Girls thought he was cute and boyfriend material. His cheerful and helpful nature were drawing points, along with his Hitler blue eyes and wide grin.
That is not what that said. That is not what that said. In the you fucking asshole.
Sneaky's being an asshole. Max, why are you surprised again?
And now we're reading the author's self-insert portion of this fantasy. Were you not liked in high school, Tension? Wide grin that caused others to break into smiles, and the
Tension
facial
is
marks.
dying right now.
I'm dying right now.
Oh, Tension, you should not have linked this. You should have known better.
Guys were jealous of his sudden luck with the ladies, and took up the job of trying to make him look like a fool, while subsequently failing in their quest. His popularity of looks actually became rivaled with Kiba, even if it was one-sided. Naruto could have passed as a Bishonen, but due to his strong, solid jawline, he came out more masculine than effeminate.
Tension, I've got a few questions for you. Is there something you'd like to share with the court?
What the fuck is this? What did I just...
Who just...
I wanted all the stuff. That's too bad. We got 30 more minutes of this.
Welcome,
No,
Mr.
Sneaky.
Delfino.
We don't. Oh God, you're right. We do.
Actually, we have, was that...
Oh, apparently
minutes.
Tension forgot that they wrote that.
We have 42 minutes. Have we immediately lost a viewer?
Apparently we did. He asked it to stop, but I told him there was more.
Oh, God.
All of this led to his perverted friend Issei to tease him relentlessly.
Sneaky.
Damn
You
pervert.
put Issei in there. Issei's not in there.
I mean, it's probably Issei.
Yeah, but all this led to his perverted friend to tease him relentlessly. Damn. Oh, no, never mind. That is proper English. I misread it.
Yeah.
My bad. Carry on.
Who is... Wait. Did...
Wait, he'll get her for this?
Did
Oh.
you gender bend Issei?
Oh god. I was gonna say it's a Keno, but oh god. Tension. No. Oh, yes, we'll always take cancer recommendations.
You can
Much
put them in
to
our Discord.
My
The
chagrin.
link is down below.
So, speaking of our Discord, there's that one person that's just been sitting in Gatekeeper for like 2 weeks now.
Wait, what?
What?
They've just never messaged anyone, they never just said anything, they're just AFKing in Gatekeeper.
What? Who the fuck is Almo?
I don't know.
How did we miss that?
Because they've just AFK'd. I say in the directions to ping one of us to get in, and they just sat there.
Thursday class. How did I miss that?
Yeah, I missed it. What the?
Shall I just go ahead and move them over?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess.
I'll just go ahead and fix that. They're gonna be surprised when they log on.
I'm gonna look at it. Oh God, why is there so many everything?
Why do I have 7,000 messages?
Like, even the name of the channel, you think it'd be a little bit of a hit. It's called Gatekeeper.
I mean, usually we're on top of it, but not this time.
No,
hey,
Delfino.
Delfino just joined.
Delfino's here. Let's just go
Yeah.
ahead and pop them over. There we go.
It's called Gatekeeper, my dear lad.
Kiryu Aika, a minor character. You picked a minor character to be his best friend.
I mean, we aren't letting you into the streaming chat, Defico.
Delfino.
You say that? That's
I'm
not
dubbing him
happening.
Defico. And that's my cue to pass out. Have a good night, Ted.
Well,
have a good one to you, bud.
Hold on, I'm gonna go listen to Delfino Plaza.
And that's a good night to you, lad. That Akira chick is already basically chick easy. Oh, that's right! Yeah, she, like, makes dick references and stuff to them, and they get all uncomfortable, and the whole community was like, lol, 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 this is like revenge rape. I don't know. Here's my question. Has fanfiction ever been made for you guys? And if no, can I make one? And what are our names? Well, our names are all listed on the top of our little stream here.
If you're asking if you can learn our real names, no.
And have we ever had fanfiction made for us? Yes.
Yes, actually, yes. We've had one.
Technically, yes.
I would prefer that Sneaky not ever bring it up again.
It's a gay fanfiction, literally, of one of Atin's friends making out with Atin.
It was written entirely as the shitpost.
Yeah, it was just a complete shitpost.
Yeah, it's 100% gay. It's a sausage fest here.
Oh, God.
During the year that had passed, blah, 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 he made friends, blah, 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 he visited people, blah, 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 he knows everyone, he's friendly with everyone. I'm shocked Mr. Stamina can run out of steam. A teasing voice spoke up. And blah, 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 blonde hair, brunette, blah, blah, red ribbons, blah, blah, hazel, and she had nice, creamy skin.
Yeah. Alright. Yeah, Delfino, we just don't cover, like, MA content.
Yeah, oh, is that what, did you just check it out?
You can leave that there, but we're just not going to look at it on stream.
Yeah, as per Twitch guidelines and as per Discord rules that we have set up for the server, we don't do MA content here. For both good reasons, such as not breaking the rules and not getting kicked off, and personal reasons, such as I don't want to see it. So...
You can post it, we just aren't going to touch it.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, as long as you flare it, I suppose, I'll let that slide.
Actually,
you know.
That's right, no porn, smut, or gore. So actually, yes, he has violated a rule. We do need to remove that story. That is smut. / porn.
Or we could alter the rule. That is also an option.
No, this is a dictatorship.
And alternatively, someone could suggest an NSFW and anyone except me can go set it up, because God knows I'm too lazy for that.
Well, no, because I'm an admin, I have to see it. Because I don't have the option of not being able to see it.
That's what the mute feature's for, Sneaky.
That's fair, I suppose.
I was going to say, you can make an NSFW tab, specifically that.
Yes,
you
but
can
again...
and collapse the tab.
Again, though, this is a dictatorship.
We are aware.
So anyway,
It's a really shitty one. You're not very good at your job.
I don't want to call him a benevolent dictator, but like...
He's a lazy dictator.
A lazy dictator? Yeah.
I have very, very easy rules to follow. No low-effort trolling. No porn.
Please note, low effort is
no,
the key word there.
God, no communists.
Sneaky, benevolent bitch. I
said
I don't want to call him benevolent. I was saying he isn't.
Yes, I only accept high-effort trolling. I have actually banned someone from this chat for low-effort trolling.
Yeah, he straight up did. I think a little after that, we actually got a troll who put effort in.
And we were like, congratulations, you're allowed to stay.
It smells like ligma. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. I mean, Atin's caught ligma before, so.
Oh, God.
How's about you shut your fucking mouth?
C8 has linked us a fanfiction.
Oh, has he now?
Yeah.
Feel free to judge me. Oh, oh, is this just like the night of everyone posting their own fic?
I would suggest Sneaky could do it, but Sneaky deleted all of it.
I deleted all of mine on a bet with another guy, and he didn't honor his end. So that makes me
actually
the superior person.
No. It wasn't a bet. You wanted to prove a point that he didn't care about.
I mean, he cared about enough to comment on it.
Yeah, but like he still didn't care about it.
Yeah, I know. I was honestly just looking for an excuse to delete it.
I'm sorry?
I will burn my books.
I'm sorry, but the excuse of I don't want to stare at this anymore wasn't justified enough to you?
Yes. Anyway,
to this day, your priorities are still some of the strangest I've ever seen.
Thank you.
Max, he's completely brain damaged.
Absolute brain damage. Do you guys want to eat with me? We always want to eat with you, Naruto-kun. We wouldn't ever miss our meal with you, Naruto-kun.
Listen, if someone says that to me, and maybe this is just because I allow paranoia to inform most parts of my life, I'd be like, get the hell away from me.
Would I rather burn or drown?
Yeah, no,
Both.
Hang on, Atin. To
Definitely
be fair,
both.
if they said it in a manner different from what Sneaky said, it probably would just be like, alright, cool. Sneaky said it in a way that was specifically creepy.
He did, but Max, I don't think you understand the extent to which I allow paranoia to rule me.
Does your brain just autocorrect it to be the most sinister line delivery
Yes,
ever?
it does.
So even if they're
Max.
like, we could never miss one with you, it turns into, we would never miss one with you.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Max, I am paranoid.
Can I change the fishbowl filled with water to a fishbowl filled with bees?
What?
What? Why the hell are you talking about Nicolas Cage?
I'm talking about the chat. Okay, awesome. Excellent.
Anyway.
No,
but
bees.
Max, like, I'm so paranoid that when I had to write a note about a customer having problems with one of my coworkers, I hid the note somewhere I knew only my manager would see it and took a picture of it in case my coworker tried to get rid of the evidence. And this is a coworker who, to my knowledge, has never done anything like that.
See, I had to, when I was reporting a coworker, I just straight up walked up to his boss right in front of him and said, yo, hey, so yeah, he's breaking the rules and committing state treason. But
Sneaky, I don't have that option because they only have one person in the store at the time.
Oh, okay.
Like, it's not like I was like, oh, I don't want to do it in front of my coworker. It's like I literally can't do it.
Yeah, by the way, can I just say, I love that I found a corporation that is worse than GameStop.
Oh?
Who?
It's through you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't think it was possible, but...
Oh, it's totally possible.
Lo and behold, let's break all the federal laws and state laws.
When you finally come out to visit me...
Apparently, the cooking club cooks meals for Naruto because they love their Naruto-kun.
Oh my god, that would make me so... I'd be like, no, ain't touching this.
Yeah, no.
Although, to be fair, come on, people, it's sensible to not take food that you haven't seen prepared.
Unless you know you're paying for it.
No. I only eat at places where I can see the food being made.
Well, that's going to severely limit restaurant options if you ever come down here.
Are you
just gonna ask them, hey, can I just
stare at you?
Watch you make it?
No, I'll just be like, nah, I don't trust them.
Let's see. Here's your bento. Blah blah blah.
God.
Just take him to a farmer's
No,
market.
I make an exception to that. If a friend's been there multiple times, I'll give it a go. Like, I trust my friends not to try to poison me. Probably.
I would poison you.
I said probably.
I was about to say, like, no problem on my end, but Sneaky.
I caveated it specifically because Sneaky exists.
Okay, the Delfino does have a good point. We'll get back to the fanfic. I would like to say, my constitution might make me overestimate what everyone else can tolerate. As I have eaten food that is definitely gone bad before, and was just like, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, that's also because you're psychotic and basically a murder hobo.
I take offense to that. I'm not a murder hobo. I live in a house.
Yes, you are.
From halfway mediocre to suddenly cancerous fantasy. Oh, Jesus, Nexus, that's brutal. Alright. Let's see, blah 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 blah. Her hair is in the same style as her eyes were dulled yellow in color, fair skin, and stood at an average height. She was quite attractive in the girl next door kind of way, with an added spice of lewdness, of course. The light dashed off of her glasses as she smirked. You know, it makes a girl wonder why an entire club of girls would be making food for a single guy. Ruto-kun. As she let out a perverse giggle as she thought of theories. Whatever perverted fantasy you're having, it isn't like that. You of all people know it already. They have leftovers every day. Leftovers they could easily take home for themselves. Instead, they put it all together and deliver it to you. Not to mention the quality of the food has increased. The cooking club used to make cookies and cakes, and now they're making things like French cuisine. What was it yesterday? Thai? That's a bit too fancy to count as leftovers. It's obvious they're preparing stuff specifically for you. That doesn't mean what you're implying. It is only natural for them to try harder for someone else. Not like they would go the extra mile when they know they'll be eating it. People naturally want to make a good impression on others. There's a reason why I don't cook too often, and that reason is because I actually do have, in fact, standards of what I will eat. And I'm a pretty bad
I don't
cook.
meet my own standards.
Yeah. Look, it's Atin, Dabs. I mean, that's actually a fairly good representation.
More and more, I'm contemplating murdering you.
The girls love me. I am muscle. You own a body pillow of me.
That Max paid for and Max shipped to me.
Yeah. I'm not the one that owns it, though.
I can't just throw out a gift from one of my only friends.
I love that. I can't burn it. Why? Because Max is one of the few friends I like.
That's literally the reason I still have it.
Hey, Atin, on the bright side, when my life actually gets turned into an anime, you'll be able to say you had the first body pillow from that anime.
That is true. I'll have an exclusive.
Where can I buy one? Unfortunately, they are not on mass production sale yet.
We need more orders. We need more orders before we can
need
do that.
more proof of order before we're allowed to do that. That's what happens when they don't read fanfiction. I don't get it. Alright, moving on. Blah 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 blah. This isn't just an extra mile, this is a marathon. Blah blah blah. Bad dialogue, back and forth, bad dialogue. Isn't he adorable? Blah blah blah. They snickered and they giggled as they escaped. And then they started eating. Blah 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 blah. They're eating. They're still eating. Oh no, it's the perverted three. They looked over to see the perverted trio. blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Info dump, blah blah blah. They're perverts. They're perverts. They're perverts. They're peaking, and they're perverts, and they're peaking perverts, and they're perverts. Perverts. They're surprised he is pervert. Pervert. Wall of text pervert. Time to give you guys my credit card number. Oh, yeah, that's one. What's wrong, losers? Caught again? Shut up, Kiru. Blah, 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 blah. He has a shaved head, tan skin, and his eyes were almost always squinty. A former sports star, he was the most physically fit of the three. He was a current member of the photo club due to his desire to photograph every part of the female body. Thus, he was known as the sexual harassment paparazzi. That would get you arrested for child porn, actually, in the U.S.
It would.
So hot, Alexa, play Despacito. Can we get 50 likes? This is so sad. We weren't caught. We have better ways to spend our time now. Looking at the new installment of Perversion. How did you figure it out? Blah, blah, blah. You were waving it around and shouting about it. Rumors spread. Blah, blah, blah. You morons are hopeless virgins. Blah, blah, blah. Hey, that's too harsh. Why don't you come sit over here? Come on. Let me play the mediator because I'm such a nice guy and my name is Naruto and I like ramen. Seriously, why? They have diseases. Stop exaggerating. They're perverts, not lepers. That's totally the same thing. Just give them a chance so I can prove how kind and nice I am. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. The girls looked at him with distaste. I'm not saying to ignore their perversion, but just don't focus on it. Look, I'm not saying you have to be nice to the Nazis. I'm just saying ignore them being Nazis. I mean, honestly, these three, the way they're portrayed in Canon D times D, would actually send people to jail in the U.S. Because it's not like, oh, they got caught one. It's like, no, they're getting caught like every few days.
Yeah.
I hate TG. It wouldn't get you arrested in Japan. I mean,
actually, it
know.
would.
I wouldn't know.
At the very least, it would get them detained by an officer.
Kicked out of school.
I mean, didn't Japan have such a problem with it that you are literally not allowed to turn off the shutter sound on mobile phones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was a law that was passed sometime in the last 5 or 6 years.
Not in anime Japan!
No, anime Japan references this quite frequently, actually.
Yeah, actually, anime Japan's like, yo, you know you're not allowed to take photographs without their permission, right? Shut up, I'm just taking pictures. No, seriously, you need their permission.
Legit question, what's wrong with incest? Is there anything morally wrong with incest? I can't say anything about morals and ethics. I'm the wrong person to be asking about that. But as far as genetically, yeah, it's a bad thing to do because something, genetic diversity, your kid's gonna come out with one arm and half a brain.
Well, so the reason incest is bad is because it basically makes it easier and easier and easier for horrible recessive genes to start manifesting. So, let's say there's two people and they both have really terrible immune systems and they have kids. That kid might be okay, but then that kid does it with their sibling. The next kid's even worse off, so on and so forth down the line. Until eventually you get a kid that can barely be allowed outside a bubble because their immune system is so
stuff
bad.
Like this, I have it up right here. Is you get really really bad growths and display of physical characteristics on people, where like their eyes can be popping out almost literally, their foreheads recessed, their brain doesn't grow quite properly. They'll have massive genetic deformations. It's not so much a moral issue as like an actual issue in terms of
I was gonna say, like, if you want to see evidence of this, like, and if you want to be like, oh, well, that's just a bunch of dumb Photoshop pictures on the internet, you can look at historical examples, mostly from the European kingdoms.
I mean, you can look at modern examples from the Islam.
I know, but I'm saying specifically from the European kingdom, because it was what, mid 1700s, where everybody was related to everybody, royalty-wise?
Yeah, royalty-wise. And it was a big problem because, someone would die in one area and they were supposed to inherit land, but they were, like, in 3 countries away, and that would be, like, a big problem because then they would have foreign powers controlling their territory. There's a reason why a shit ton of wars were constantly waged.
Anyway, back to the fanfiction.
Yeah, going back to fanfic.
Why
this is gross, please stop. Yeah, you asked us the question. We're here to teach you. This is Fanfiction Contempt Theater, a bastion of entertainment and education.
Anyway, I have to go eat dinner before it gets cold.
Alright.
What? Oh god, we're only a quarter of the way through this!
No, we're ending here.
Fuck!
Oh, we're done?
Yeah, no, this is we're done with this story.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it's just Uzumaki-sama. Apparently, the 3 weren't used to acts of kindness. Blah blah blah. But so yeah, it's just tension. You write extremely well in terms of grammar and spelling. Your characterization of pretty much everyone but Naruto is more or less passable. It's just Naruto is cringy, and the events around Naruto are cringy, and yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. I still want a body pillow. Well, there's plenty of body pillows out there. How about you buy a body pillow of a body pillow? That's a thing.
Somehow, I'm not surprised.
What's the Japanese word for body pillow?
Dakimakura, I think. D-A-K-I-M-U-R-A.
Sneaky, don't we have the pictures of it pinned somewhere?
K-U-R-A, sorry. Makura, M-A-K-U-R-A.
No, Sneaky, didn't you pin the pictures of it somewhere?
I probably did.
Pin the pictures of what?
Yeah, here we go. It's a body pillow of a body pillow.
Oh my god.
Why does that exist?
Oh my god. No. No.
What? No, what?
It's a body pillow of 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 a body pillow.
We get it.
Remove. Okay, so you want recommendations for how to improve the story. Okay, so that's easy stuff. So Unless you're gonna have a completely out of character Naruto, so this really depends on if you want to have a completely out of character Naruto or not. Now, if you do want to have a completely out of character Naruto, you have to set it up properly so you can. It doesn't even have to be like a multi-chapter epic of why Naruto is different now. Like look at Simple Teenage Shop Owner, for example. It was a real quick, like, several paragraph thing of, Naruto's in the middle of fighting this god for the saving of his world, and she tosses him into a portal, and he's here now, and he can't get home, and so you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna own I'm just gonna own a candy shop because I'm done. I'm done with this shit. I just got thrown through a portal into an alternate dimension. I'm done. And that was the characterization for the Naruto, and the author took him from there. And so if you want to do OC Naruto, it's super easy. You just gotta set it up properly, and it doesn't take too long, it's not too hard. Now, if you want to do an in-character Naruto from a certain time period, it gets a bit harder because you do have to cover the whole dimensional crossing aspect. And again, the easiest one, and technically the hardest one, by result of that, is a, Kagura fight Naruto. And I say that because it's the easiest one because Kagura creates dimensional portals. And so it's super easy to be like, Naruto fell through a dimensional portal and now he's in the D times D-verse. But it's also the hardest one because Naruto at that point is fuck off levels of strong. And so it's going to be harder to write a story with any sort of conflict in it when Naruto is at that level. So if you're going to try and write a Naruto like that, you need to focus more on humor, more on slice of life, on, gags, jokes, just, general having fun with it. If you want to write a more serious story where Naruto has to struggle, fight, and gain power to beat the evils of the D times D-verse, you're going to want an earlier Naruto. But you also have to keep in mind you don't want too early of a Naruto because at that point he won't know several techniques specifically unique to his universe, and he wouldn't have gone through several character-changing events that would put him in a better position to sit down and learn from the current universe he's in. And you're still going to make it a harem, though, because favorites and follows. So the key part about making it a harem and still having the will to continue writing it is going to be making sure the harem is not too big, because you do have a character saturation limit. That's usually around 4 to 5 characters if you're a competent author. I've seen some authors actually pull off around 9 characters with relative efficacy, I believe is the word. But that's definitely like higher tier authoring. It's not something I would try and go for in a semi-AU crossover of a fanfiction. Hello, Vinny.
Yeah. We have another viewer.
Attention, I know you know. This is not just for you, though. This is for everyone else out there.
I'm so glad we got a viewer in the last, 5 to 10 minutes of the stream. They got to the best part.
They got to the best
the
part
where it stops.
Yeah.
Other stuff. Again, it really depends on the genre you're writing for. Focusing more on the school stuff would be good if you're focusing more on slice of life. Is your YouTube channel just re-uploads of our stream? Yeah, at the moment. Our YouTube channel.
Moment, I'm trying to get back into the swing of editing shit for the YouTube channel, but that's gonna be sometime coming. We do actually have Let's Plays,
and we do actually have anime we cover.
I actually just found hours worth of footage that I've been holding on to from
Max
the
is
visual
our
novel
editor,
day.
so he kind of
So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'll work on it, I promise.
I have a question for you guys if you want to answer it. Shoot. Go for it. We'll try and answer it.
It's a mixed bag at the moment, Delfino.
There's been a question going around that I like to see other people's views on it, and would you rather have a boring life or be very successful and go down in history as being remembered forever, We'll have a life where you hang out with your friends every day and have time of your life every day, but as a wisp of history and poor. Well, see, the thing there is that I don't have any friends. I'm likely going to die alone, and I have no money, and I'm going to be going down in no history at all. So I just got the best of both worlds for that question.
That's a would you rather question.
Yeah.
I'm aware. Would you rather? Personally, I don't care about being remembered. But again, that's sort of because of my current financial situation, where I'm just going from day to day. So maybe if I actually wasn't concerned with that, I'd be more concerned with the future and what I could do.
Here's the thing, I don't care about being remembered. I cared about having enough time to do the things I specifically want to do.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
I'd rather take the poor life, honestly, just for that same reason of at least with friends I can do what I want. Like, yeah, sure, history won't remember me, but who gives a shit?
Like, because I have friends, this podcast is bearable.
Because you have friends, specifically me, this podcast exists.
No, that's not a good thing.
How old am I? I'm 24.
How the fuck did you... No, Sneaky, you can't be 24 because
You're 23, I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm 24.
No. He's got to be 25 by now because I just turned 24.
Oh, I'm 25 though. Yeah, I'm 25.
I'm a year behind
older
Max.
than Sneaky.
Yeah, I'm 24. I stopped paying attention to my age at 21. At that point in time, I passed all of the age requirement tests for anything I might ever do in my life.
I was gonna. No, not quite true. Once you hit 24, it's not. You can't rent a car as a male until 24.
Oh, okay. I'm not going to become president.
You sure that's not just like a Chicago thing? I
would become dictator.
Thing.
No, it's a rental company thing because males from the ages of like 18 to 24 are the most at risk of car accidents.
This is true.
That is not surprising in the slightest.
This is why we get.
But so rental companies won't allow you to solo rent a car.
Yeah, it's why we get absolutely shafted.
It's also why insurance is worse.
No, Vanilla, if any of us were professional writers... Actually, no, I take that back. If we were professional writers, we'd still do this stream. Yeah. Our words would just carry more weight.
So...
Actually, we'd be better off financially if we were professional writers.
Oh, yeah, we'd be so much better off.
We'd be so much better off. But...
Speaking of which, Sneaky, I work a short shift tomorrow. So you want to see if we can try to write that terrible story of ours?
Which one? We got like 9 in the wings now.
No, I mean the original fiction one.
The one you guys showed me.
The one we're not going to talk about on stream.
I'll see if I'm in the mood for it tomorrow.
Alright, works for me.
I've just been really tired recently, so I've kind of just...
I understand. I was just saying, I'll have time if you want.
Yeah, alright. Are we professional writers? No. We are amateur writers. And if your next follow-up question... Go to sleep, Daddy. Please don't call me Daddy.
I believe Delfino has just adopted you, Sneaky. How does that make you feel?
I don't know.
Well, hey, Sneaky, you finally got someone to call you Daddy.
Eat shit.
I appreciate Delfino for setting me up with that joke.
Oh, Delfino's just gonna commit to the joke now.
Oh, God damn it. I want you all to know.
Chat likes it.
I want you all to know I am picking out the most absolute cancer now for Friday.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy that it's board game night.
Damn you, Max.
I won't have to be here for Friday. I already have shit planned.
I haven't been writing for around 6 years. Doesn't mean I'm not good. I haven't had anything to do these days because of things. Dude, I feel your pain right there. It's just, again, because of my current income situation, I just don't have time to sit down, sit back, relax, and then also write. It just hasn't been in the cards. I went through 4 hurricanes. I moved twice. I went down to the deep dark depths of having no money in my savings or checking.
Ooh, that's always a fun time.
Tell me I'm a dad boy. I'm a dad boy. Jesus Christ! Ugh.
Sneaky, I think you've hit the sauce a little too hard tonight.
It's time for you to go.
I might have been drinking a bit too much.
You know. Maybe...
Also, here's the thing: if you want Sneaky to do that, you're gonna need to drop some money before.
Son, I'm disappointed in you.
Well, there was the really badly accented country, Sneaky.
Again.
I need the belt. It's called the Bible belt because in that area they actually attach a Bible to the end of the belt. And
oh my god, not this shit again. Shut up. I fucking hate you so much. I'm so mad.
It does 2d4 holy damage.
Oh, God, don't you start.
Look, Delfino, I have lung damage, so I have to laugh like that or I get into a coughing fit and I start dying.
Alright, you know what? I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make it a weapon when I eventually run a D&D campaign.
Yeah?
Works for me.
Am I wheezing or am I dying?
You're wheezing, you're dying in the Bible Belt.
I wanted to do 76 damage, but it has a -9 to hit.
You're wheezing, you're dying, or the belt.
Yes.
Anyway, let's wrap this up.
Oh, wait, see, I know what it means. The wheeze of the devil.
The wheeze of the... It's a once a day innate power. Writing used to be a passage of time for me when I had a way to escape reality. Yeah.
I feel like maybe that's what's wrong with us. Our fucking frame of mind went from this is relaxing to I have to be good. Maybe we should go back to just it being relaxing and not give a shit until the editing process.
Oh, no, I absolutely gave a shit the whole time, Max. It's just that when we first started writing, I was really out of it. I had massive sleep deprivation.
Anyway, let's wrap the show up, guys.
Yeah.
We can't wrap the show up. We're reminiscing.
Alright, so lads, we will see you all next time, which is every Friday and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, I bid you farewell, because remember, there's always more, and it always gets worse.